This video will identify the basic components of a remediation policy, and it will demonstrate creating policies that assign detected vulnerabilities to individual Qualys users, as well as building policies to ignore specific vulnerabilities. Navigating to the Remediation section here in the Vulnerability Management application, I'll click the Policies tab to view my existing remediation policies. Presently, I have one policy that assigns zero-day vulnerabilities detected in San Jose to a specific Qualys user in my account, and a second policy that assigns zero-day vulnerabilities detected in Seattle to a different Qualys user. If vulnerabilities of these types are detected, the remediation or mitigation deadline is 1 day. In other words, they need to be fixed immediately. These deadlines can be adjusted for different types of vulnerabilities that have different mitigation requirements. For example, let's create a new rule or policy that targets all Adobe vulnerabilities. Remediation policies contain two basic components: conditions that identify the targets of the policy, and actions that identify the task to be performed if the target conditions are met. Since this policy will target all Adobe vulnerabilities, I'll leave the asset group set to all, although I could easily select a different asset group or asset tag. Under Vulnerabilities, I'll add a search list that contains the vulnerability QIDs this policy will target. In this case, Adobe vulnerabilities, which can also be found in the search list library. My policy now identifies the conditions that will trigger an action I will now configure. I'll keep the default action to create an open ticket for each detected vulnerability that meets this policy's conditions. Think of a ticket as an audit trail for each detected vulnerability. An audit trail that identifies the specific Qualys user assigned to this vulnerability and the deadline and the number of days this user has to fix or mitigate the associated vulnerability. I'll assign detected vulnerabilities to a remediation user account, which was designed just for this purpose, and set the deadline to 21 days. And then click Save. The policy I just created goes straight to the bottom of the policy list, here under the Policies tab, which means that it is now last in the order of precedence. Policy precedence is evaluated from top down. Policies at the top of the list have precedence over the policies below them. You can click the New button to reorder your list of policies. The policy that is now at the bottom of the list is designed to ignore low-risk potential vulnerabilities that have no patch. I'll edit this policy so we can examine its components. Its condition uses asset tags to specify the host targets, and a search list identifies the vulnerabilities that will be targeted on each host. What makes this policy different is its action, which automatically ignores detected vulnerabilities and closes associated tickets. Alternatively, you can choose the option to reopen the closed tickets at a time or date you specify. The remediation policies I have created will act on the new data and findings as they are made available from both Qualys scanner appliances and Qualys agents. From here, you can build remediation reports that help you track the progress of vulnerabilities assigned to all users. Or, alternatively, navigate to the Tickets tab and use the Filters button to quickly locate all overdue tickets. Thank you for watching this Qualys training video.